my god, I wonder what that silhouette is. Oh my god, it's a Weedle. I have never seen one of these things before in my life. Hey interwebs, it's Chicken K. Wanted to do a little bit of game and chill today. Nothing too much. I have not done any prep for the Sinster Cup. And it's only like a couple weekends away. So I figure like the biggest way I could incentivize myself to actually do that is to record it. Never fear though, if not too much interesting happens, I will try to accommodate for it by having extra gameplay over on the side. I mean, I do widescreen for Game and Chill, yet I record mobile games. So why not? Why not make use of that extra space, I suppose? So this is what I kind of narrowed down what to go with between just like asking online, checking out like the Go Hub article and things like that. Like, I'll go over the team that I plan on using a little bit more as I'm powering it up and all that. And I still gotta figure out what a name for my Marowak over here. It's definitely not a good PvP one, but it's the only one I apparently ever caught. So we'll have to make do with it. First of all, I want to pull up the search they have specifically for the team I'm using for each specific cup. I guess we could go with... No, Hollow Bone sounds too lewd. 90% of the names I have involve bone because it has a bone, and the word bone automatically makes anything sound more lewd than it should, so I don't really know what angle to go with this with. Oh, I got a good one. Hawaii. Ween. Get it? Halloween. Hawaii, because it's an Alolan Pokemon and it's based on a Hawaii cultural thing of fire dancing. And Halloween, because it's a ghost. I'm never gonna top that pun, ever. I've hit peak perfection. I'm already starting to roll away. So I guess while I'm getting the team together, I can go into a little bit of a detail of why I picked the guys I did. But first, an honorable mention to this Gardevoir that I went for the trouble powering up, or evolving and powering up, or evolving and teaching a second move. Ripped the almost 1,600,000 Stardust I had, like 1.5. Still in the 1.5 million range, but I'm sure we'll get down to at least 1 million before this video is over. Yeah, pretty good IVs. You may be wondering why I didn't evolve it during the community day window. That level. In fact, it's only a 391 CP Gardevoir even after evolving up is the thing. And I thought it's a blessing in disguise because I thought I heard some sources saying that Psychic was better than Synchronoise, which I guess it is, but not for PvP? I don't know, like, I heard conflicting things, but the PvP article they had on Go Hub saying like you would want Synchronoise over Psychic only because Synchronoise, you can charge up the Synchronoise faster, and Gardevoir is so frail you won't even get it. You may not even get a Psychic out. Whatever the case may be, if I ever need a Psychic Gardevoir for PvP, I know where to go. So I guess I'll be giving Yukiko the Gardevoir here another run with Charm and Synchronoise. I admit, part of the reason I'm using it is because it's powered up already, but it does have some things with other Pokemon I have. The top things I'm bringing is good old Sea Salt Luck, because he's just so fantastic of a Pokemon. I'm gonna try Steelix, even though I don't have a good IV one, because here, like with getting Fire Fang or whatever, it's got really good setups. I just looked at this information long enough to put the team together. Not long enough to actually remember what's good against what, but a lot of my team has symmetry with each other. Fells here should be pretty good, because Power Up Punch is a thing, and Power Up Punch kind of got rearranged, so like the move itself isn't source of power. You actually do gotta use Power Up Punch to power up your other moves, even if they're quick moves. I could probably afford to get rid of Rock Smash, because I think Bubble is the thing that everyone wants. And let's see if we get Power Up Punch right away. Yes, Ferrari. I think I'm gonna TM away Ice Punch later, but because I think Hydro Pump is the other move you want, but I'm gonna double check that before I go for all my TMs just to do so. Halloween is pretty much, although America is pretty much one of the best ghost types for this PvP meta. So that's why I was so determined to use one, even though it's not really good in the IV sense, at least for Great League. Raichu indeed is also a bit of a wild bag. It wasn't in the top recommendations, but it was like lower down on there, and I figured that I'd probably get some use out of having an electric type on my side. Like, it covered any other polygraphs I run into, and if I want, I can teach it Psychic. So I have a second Psychic type in case Gardevoir doesn't really do the job. I'm really counting on Charm to really take care of any fight types that might stand in the way, though. Yeah, man, I'm still hesitant to whether not to actually teach these new moves, but here goes nothing. Ick. This is really gonna hurt for Pokemon that I'm not even gonna probably keep as soon as I probably get rid of as soon as I get a new one, but I'm not gonna get a new one in time for the league, and that's what really matters most. Same thing with Raichu. I might as well just get it done and over with. Bite out the pain. Grass Knot is kind of interesting from what I've heard, like it pretty much was like made Raichu a wild card from what I hear. I'll have to experiment a bit more before I decide what to actually keep. So does everyone have a second charge move? I was going to talk about life and all that, but it's almost 7 o'clock and I'm kind of just like hitting a mental roadblock because of that. So I think I'm actually just going to end off here. Don't worry at all. When I actually do get around to powering these guys up, I'm going to come back and actually talk about my day and all that. It gets a little more time for events in life to stack up and actually have things to talk about, because I recorded the last Game and Chill pretty much right after Trap Pinch Community Day, and it hasn't been too long since then. It's still pretty much the most recent thing that's been going on. I am pretty psyched about Halloween event. It's always one of the best things about Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Go honestly made Halloween worthwhile for me, because even though it's my birthday month, I never been a huge fan of Halloween. Just, it's not that I get scared easily as much as I get really uncomfortable when I do get scared. And I just never understood the purpose, the enjoyment of getting scared. But how Pokemon Go has kind of made me appreciate it in more of the simple sense, just like appreciate it just as a little fun dress up time and all that. Yeah. And I think I only brought that up because you notice I have Pokemon labeled candy. I'm making freaking preparations. I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that we're finally getting double candies for transfer in the first time forever to really clean out my box, like take care of a few Pokemon that I was mostly holding on to for sake of maybe I'll trade this with a friend for extra candy and things like that. Do I have a purified Bulbasaur? I do not. Yeah, I could probably get another one later. I said I was gonna wrap things up, didn't I? Well, if I recall something else I want to talk about, I'll talk about when I actually get around to the powering up section. Take care, everyone. Sync up. Where's the sound? Now I press the button. Selenia, I don't need please don't sue Disney. Trust me, I am too poor to get an ounce of money from you. You are more likely to get your money from buying a frickin' Sony. I am here because I got to do my summons, and I know almost forgot about the fact I have summons to redeem. So yes, sirree, I am jumping within to get my free draw from here. I did do a draw off screen, but alas, it was nothing special. It was from a free set of generic Bullfets. Maybe I can show you really quick, and then I can get myself back to bed and sleep without regrets. Is all I have as I search my team for the heroes I to redeem. It's a circle of life. Sherry's my best bet. Oh my. As you see, there was nothing to be redeemed from that summoning, so I will stay and give you all a fair adieu. I am sorry there was not more to the session, I promise once more. But alas, we must depart one way or another off the mart. I should say goodbye, and that's all for our time. 'Cause I want to power up my mons, but alas, it's too late to burn my stuff in one place, and it won't be added to this video part, 'cause it's just too much, and it's gone for far too long, much longer than I thought. So, as I was editing the last game chill, I wanted to just put a quick little bit of footage of just how my hunt for Hilda Luck went. I of course realized that I never actually got the footage onto my hard drive before deleting it off my phone, so I just feel bad not having it on there, so I am doing the Lord's work and re-downloading Pokemon Masters just to showcase that. And unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be anything good, because that game is such a huge data sink. Now I'm gonna power up my Pokemon and talk about how my dates have been lately while we're waiting on that. long story short, Halloween is coming up in Pokemon Go in just one more day. I'm really looking forward to that. They look like they're doing some cool things with the raids and all. Especially like the costume Pokemon. I wish more of them besides Pikachu were in the wild and it wasn't just a raid exclusive event, but yeah, you can't win them all. They gotta like incentivize people to do raiding somehow since it's their huge cash cow and all. What I'm really psyched about is the fact that transferring is coming back. The whole double candy for transferring Pokemon. Pretty much my most hyped thing about the Halloween event, and I was actually a little sad that I wasn't around last year, but they probably had to compensate for just how crazy it was the first year of Pokemon Go. Halloween was one of, if not their first event, and they really went overboard for it. You pretty much got double candies for everything, even with making your buddy Pokemon, in the sense where like they cut the time you spend power walking in order to get candy in half. And I think this is a bit more fair and balanced, yet fun of a way to do it. Double candies for catching, double candies for Pokemon when they hatch out of an egg, and double candies for transferring. If I had to limit to just 3, those would probably be the 3 that I pick. Okay, don't want to power it up a second time. Sea Salt is already powered up as far as I want him to go. I guess that leaves Steelix. I know I'm going in order from least to most painful to power up, because I know like I'll want to get one to replace them in the future. Oh boy. Before we go talking about how life has been, let me go back, see how Pokemon Masters is doing. Dilly Squad. Probably gonna be even harder for it to download now that I'm recording, because I think the issue is like it's not finding enough space. I had to freaking uninstall Mario Kart Tour, and I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with that freaking game. That's how dedicated I am to freaking just see how good things went. Maybe even trying to get Hilda one more chance if that banner is still around. I get the feeling that it went away a while back. But I guess life's been okay. The car saga is still in a bit of an unfortunate place. I was gonna like finally like sit down, get the names of all the parts that need repair, and actually go through with that so I could finally have that engine light done. So there's at least one less thing I have to worry about. I sit down, talk to my folks about it, and they're just saying, instead of telling me what the part is, they're like, you should just trade it in, but not with the engine light on. Don't spend the money to repair the parts, but trade the car in when you can magically get the engine light to go off without getting the car taken care of. I mean, I was told exactly how to do it. It's just a matter of I don't have faith in myself into being able to do it. I basically supposed to take it like to one repair place, tell them just to reset it, then immediately drive over to trade the car in. Obviously, I can't do that until I have some idea what to do with a trading car. I was gonna try to get the car repaired to buy myself some more time to actually get the car, actually find a car I want instead of rushing it. I guess it doesn't really matter, because I spent about 2 years of research trying to figure out what cell phone I wanted to go to after my Android was just dying from old age. And I ended up with this Apple iPod. I mean iPhone, but same thing. And as you may tell from the tone of all that, you can tell how that went. You can tell how I feel about this purchase that I spent 2 years trying to sort out. Not a happy camper about it, TBH. About as happy as I am powering up these IVs that aren't that great for PvP while I'm waiting to reinstall a game that I don't really want to play, but I wanted to showcase what I got in it, in exchange for a game I actually did want to play, but frickin' phone didn't have enough room. I really should, like, delete that 3-hour stream, but then I lose my place in it. And at least with this alone, Marowak, it is a pretty good one, so like if I change my mind and don't want to use it for PvP, but for some reason it's actually relevant in a raid, that's an option too. So let's see. Everyone's about as powered up as they can possibly get. I was hoping, you would think that Phelps would be able to get a little bit more CP out of him, considering his IV spread, his diddly squat, no attack. But it is what it is. Now I'm gonna break away again just to see how this Masters downloading is going. Maybe it'll go a little faster if my phone actually knows how much space it's gonna have after this recording. Or maybe both will fail. This will be a fun social experiment. I guess one thing that I could squeeze in about the car, while I'm still on for time for Masters to download. I mean, it is past the 90,000 mile mark, so it is an old car. But dang it, if Steven can get 200,000 miles out of their car, why can't I get another 50,000 out of mine? Probably because the part will likely cost $2,000 to get changed, and that's probably not worth it. Yeah. Well, I got some time to think about it, especially if I gotta frickin' figure out what I want to get for a new or even used car, but new in the metaphorical sense, before I can even frickin' do anything about the old car. Sigh. Oh yeah, while I'm adding commentary beyond the recording, my birthday is coming up. It's gonna be the coming up Sunday, so I actually got my birthday off. Even made some arrangements with work to have a little bit of time off on the Friday. Sorry, I just want to make sure that that's a secret between me and you on the web. Don't want that to become too common hearsay around the household, you know. I don't got any plans for my birthday quite yet. Family is thinking about doing like a birthday dinner, so that would be nice. I haven't even thought of what I want, but I'm kind of at the age where it doesn't really matter what I get. It's more about how I want to treat myself more than what my parents are willing to get for me. I at least got the money these days to actually do that. Not enough money to frickin' move out, but enough money to treat myself every now and then. Just moving hasn't really been an issue of money for a while now. It's a matter of wage, because you can save up all the money in the world, but if you don't have a wage to even compensate for your rent, eventually that money's gonna run out. And that's the mindset I've had going into this house apartment searching. Hopefully next gaming show I actually have some birthday stories to talk about though. It'll make for a fun talk. Until then though, see y'all later. I gotta see what sort of footage I'm gonna squeeze in on the end. Just to make up for lack of live commentary. Especially if Pokemon Master ever downloads. Oh yeah, I do got like all that raw footage of Pokemon Masters that I'm not going to use now that I pretty much scrapped a bunch of game show recordings. Maybe I'll squeeze that on the end. You know what, while I have the game open or installed, is Hilda still a thing? All these orbs just magically popped into my pocket in the time I was gone. So will I do another 10 cent scouts against my better judgment to try to get one character, especially when Blue probably has the better Pokemon? You bet! What the heck else am I gonna do with all these orbs? Probably should have the sound on so I can actually hear it, but as long as the sound comes up in the recording, that's what matters most. Sure. Even if I can't hear Clay's amazing voice, I'll find something to react to.
I don't think I'll be slowing down anytime soon.
At least now, one thing I couldn't showcase was the level sync. Now I can see that now, though. Look how high level Clay frickin' is. Probably start using him over Roxanne just because of how that's the only power up. Am I just gonna get more of the same characters again? No, not. Roxanne heard that she was gonna be replaced, so she stepped up her game to try to compete. All of these repeats is not the girl I was looking for, but
exploring with my Pokemon.
It's a main character from a banner. I guess I'll take it. And Roxanne is now back at the same level as Clay, as well as Water Boy. Hey, this is pretty nice. From what I saw from the descriptions, Lyra at least made a pretty nice support unit. Solar Shield. Affected by status conditions when the weather is sunny. I didn't even know weather was a thing in this game. I probably should play it more. But Mario Kart Tour just seemed more pick up and play. Am I really gonna burn all my orbs trying to get Hilda? How many more Scout? Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna get enough Scout points just by hitting characters and just by doing my free gems and all that. But one more for good luck. See how it goes down. Come on. Birthday present for the bursting boy, perhaps? Nope.
Fruits of our labor.
Well, I assume once the characters get up to level 5, I can at least not get them again. I think that's just something in Dr. Mario World. I'll save my orbs for another time. Let's see. 10-17, so that was pretty much. This is pretty much my last chance. I should stop, but I can't. Can't stop, won't stop. They probably just give me another 3,000 orbs for system maintenance issues that I was lucky enough to avoid altogether, and I'm gonna waste it getting another sync move power up for Rambles and Weeping Bell when I probably won't ever touch them. Last one I swear. These are kind of just throwaway gems anyways, considering how infrequently I play this game. Come on.
I'm Factory Head Thornton. Pleasure to meet you.
You're new.
Just so you know.
At least. I'm gonna stop there. Cut well on my head. Wish I spent some of that time talking about things in my life I wanted to squeeze in instead of just doing sync gotcha hype over and over, but hey, it is what it is.